Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Delta Fire and Rescue presents their annual haunted house every Friday and Saturday in October. The haunted house is located at the Delta, Iowa Fire Station, 103 North 2nd Street in Delta. Doors open from 8 p.m. to midnight. Tickets are $15. Food and drinks are available to purchase. It's the Delta Fire and Rescue Haunted House. Come and be scared, if you dare.
Experience Oskaloosa presents Booze and Brews Friday, October 24th from 4 to 7:30 p.m. at various locations in Oskaloosa. It's a shopping event for adults 21 plus. Drinks, snacks, and deals at participating stores. There will be prizes, a costume contest, and tram rides available. And music by Jake Beatty at Full Bloom Brew House. For complete info and a list of participating stores, visit Experience Oskaloosa on Facebook.
Hey, this is Fred Ottman, Tugboat Typhoon, the Shockmaster, the B-A-double-D, Big Steel Man. And the card is subject to change. Watch it.
Welcome back to the show!
Welcome back to the show!
And now, your hosts of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Champions of the World, the Wizard CZ, and Never Wrong Nick Bull.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the podcast by the fan for the fan. Of course, I am Never Wrong Nick Bull. I want to thank you so much for joining us here on the For Frequency's Sake podcast network. Of course, we are Card Subject to Change podcast, powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, and colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo. So thankful for all those people who are able to help us make that possible and bring it to you here on the For Frequency's Sake network. Of course, I've introduced myself. I am Never Wrong Nick Bull. So happy you're here in our little niche of the world, which is the Card Subject to Change podcast. I'd be remiss if I did not mention my tag team partner. He is one half of this show. He's the Booker man. He's a wizard. He can do it all. He is the one. He is the only. He is the Wizard CZ. Wiz, how you doing, bud?
Man, it has been a long weekend, but a good weekend. And I'm glad we're here chatting about what we're going to talk about. Do want to let everybody know who's watching this. This is not a live broadcast. We are having trouble going live. Technical difficulties happen. So we are recording right now, and this will be broadcast. You are watching a recorded version of this show posted later on tonight, which is now, if you're watching it now. And I'm just rambling.
The only difference between now and any other show is this isn't live. But
Right.
It really is kind of live since we do it in one take. We never edit. That's
Right.
just kind of how we've rolled since the beginning. A little peel the curtain back, a little secret behind the show. We don't edit. We go straight live. So if we make a mistake, we make a mistake. Kind of like a wrestling match. I mean, they don't start it over. I mean, it isn't Jey Uso's entrance music. We don't get to play it again. So, or do it over. So we're on the fly here. So we're glad you're here. We're glad you're with us. You said it was a long, weekend, but a good tired. What, I know what we're talking about here tonight, but, I mean, is it because it's a TK show and it ran late on a Saturday night, or you're just tired?
A little bit of both. I will give a shout out to the flagship show of the network, For Fantasy's Sake. They had a live broadcast this morning from the Last Picture House, which was cool. They did a good job, had a good time. I was up early to be there. I stayed up. We were up. Nick, I don't think you left the house here until midnight-ish.
Yeah, the pay-per-view ended at 11:49.
Yeah, so late night there, and then I was up at 7, so I did get a bit of a nap in, got a little bit, about an hour or so that I'm not complaining about that. But no, I'm excited. We haven't talked AEW in a little bit. I think the last show we reviewed for them was All In, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, last couple pay-per-views for whatever reason we just haven't gotten to it or didn't watch the show or weren't going to be around for it. But we were.
Life happens, right?
It happens. It happens when you're going to other things or watching other stuff. So it's no slight, no diss to them. But the stars aligned this time, and we were able to review Wrestle Dream, which took place, as we usually record this on Sunday afternoon, evening, took place last night, Saturday, not too far from us here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes.
It's Wrestle Dream. I believe it's the third installment of the Wrestle Dream series. Of course, Wrestle Dream is like a tribute show initially to Antonio Inoki's passing by Tony Khan. St. Louis is a pretty, wrestling-rich city. So they got the pay-per-view this year. And the card was interesting to me. It wasn't like I wanted, I was looking forward to every match on here, but there were 3 matches that probably grabbed my attention. So, yeah, let's review it. Why not? That was kind of my attitude going into the show.
I would say about the same. There were 3 matches that grabbed my attention. I would say, I will preface this. One of them was on the pre-show, but it leaked into the main show. So
yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
I don't know. Obviously, I don't work for Tony Khan, so I don't know if it was planned that way, if it was a timing issue for the, what do they call it now? It's not the 0 hour anymore. It's tailgate brawl.
Yeah, it was a tailgate brawl last night.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know what it was, to be honest with you. We're talking about FTR and Jet Speed closing out the tailgate brawl, and they're doing entrances for the match with like 5 minutes left in the pre-show. I'm like, they're not going to get this match over before the pre-show's over. So that match bled into the main show, main card of Wrestle Dream. I don't know exactly what time it ended, but it was well into the show, and then they began the show. But I do remember saying, we've watched 2.5 matches after the first hour. I'm talking about the half match being the FTR and Jet Speed, and then the 2 subsequent matches. And it's just the timing. I mean, I'll just get it out in the air right now. Like the thing that kills me with this show was the timing and the ending. There were some things I liked. There were some things I didn't. But for the most part, there was more stuff I liked than what I didn't. But the timing of this show, running a show, cutting off a show because you only paid for 30-minute extra satellite time and you haven't wrapped it up at 29 yet. Like, come on, guys. You guys have been doing this for like 6 years now. Let's go. Figure this crap out.
And here's the thing. We've been critical on Tony Khan's timing of his shows because of their horrendous length. But, I mean, he doesn't put on a bad product. There are always good matches to go back and think about and enjoy. But I'm glad this was a Saturday show, because I know Tony won't run against his dad during the football season. Won't run against football. So I'm very grateful this was a Saturday show and not a Sunday show where I had to work the next morning and was up until midnight or beyond.
Oh, I'm fine. It was a Saturday show. And, it was 4.5 hours long, man. If it was 3.5, I probably would have liked it a lot more. I'm going to be honest with you, because this isn't, I know there's no rules in pro wrestling or whatever, but like, this isn't a Mania or a SummerSlam. This isn't an All Out or a Forbidden Door or a Double or Nothing. This is Wrestle Dream. It's like a B pay-per-view for you guys, and you're going 4.5 hours. I didn't like that part of it. I did like matches on it, though. There were things I liked, but the length for the most part, and some of the matches going as long as they did, was just, it's just a constant thing for me that I just can't get over, that I don't like that they do.
Oh, without a doubt.
I'm nitpicking here, probably. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, that's what we do. We break down and we give our thoughts. Our opinions are our own. So if you share our opinions, great. If you don't, great. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. But no, you and I have always been critical of the length of time Tony's shows are, and the number of matches, and how long certain matches go.
Right.
I know you and I don't always talk this up, but I don't think there's a show out there that we've seen that you couldn't trim a little fat off of, even if it's just a tiny bit.
For sure.
And this was definitely a show that there could have been some fat trimming.
Agreed. I fully agree with you there. But let's, I don't know where you want to start.
I was just going to ask you the same thing.
You go right ahead, man. It's your show, man.
I mean, let's talk about, we touched on it a little bit. Let's talk about that pre-show match leaking into the main card. I mean, if it was on purpose, that's quite a unique way to start a show. I'll be honest. It gives a hot start.
I would say so. It's a hot start right out the gate. Like, you turned in, you're like, wow, okay, I missed the pre-show. What am I missing here? Why is this match on the show? That's your first question. I don't know. Why wasn't this match on the show regularly? Right. I would have rather seen these two tag teams wrestle than a couple of tag team matches that were on the show. However, I'm glad it was on the main card. FTR and Jet Speed, I like them. They work well together.
They do.
And then, of course, Stokely helping FTR get the cheap win by holding the feet. I think it was Bailey. It was Kevin Knight that he held the feet.
Kevin Knight, yep.
And the subsequent fallout after that, them celebrating. But I like these guys. I could watch, a feud with these two. I hope we get more matches with these two, and I hope there's titles on the line in the future when these two teams get to each other. I think they're good dance partners / workers with each other for a program.
And I don't know Kevin Knight as well as I know Speedball Mike Bailey. I followed Speedball a little bit more than I followed Kevin, but these two mesh well, and I'm glad they're partnered together. I can't wait to see where they go as a team, and I can't wait for the eventual breakup, because that's going to be a match that's going to, or possibly a series of matches that's going to blow the roof off the place.
Sure. I mean, I want them to be a team for a while, but that match when they break up will be good. That'll be good. But glad, question why they started on the pre-show and ended on the regular show. I don't know. I didn't stick around for the presser afterwards, and I didn't see anything online today with it being football going on. I kind of stayed away from the wrestling until the showtime came, but I didn't hear anything why that was. It was weird. I think it caught a lot of people off guard.
Very much so. But that's not a bad thing. Like I said, a hot start sometimes is good.
Right.
It's different. We had a lot of decent matches on the show. We had some good tag matches. Maybe not great tag matches, but there was quite a few tag matches or trios matches on this. And I know tag matches are right up your alley. Maybe not these two teams, but let's kind of jump ahead a little bit and talk about the Young Bucks, or should we say the Broke Bucks?
Yeah, the Broke Bucks and the Jungle Boy Jurassic Express, or whatever, the Jurassic Express. I dig the Bucks thing they're doing right now, where they don't have enough money for the full pyro entrance with Titantron and whatnot, and that they needed this.
They didn't have music either, did they?
I don't think so.